In Hawaii, the use of pesticides and road pollution, mixed with heavy rainfall throughout the year, results in harm to the surrounding aquatic environment. As the water travels down from the waterfalls from the tops of the islands, it carries debris from the surrounding farms and roads nearby. This results in the pollution of the ocean and harm to the aquatic organisms that live in it. Water quality goes down, and it is harder for the organisms to survive, thrive, and reproduce under these conditions. This has led to questioning of farms and the pesticides that are collected from the runoff. Runoff is defined as the draining away of water or substances carried in it from the surface of an area of land, a building, or a structure. This means that every waterway, whether it be runoff from rain or drainage from a street gutter, contributes to the increase of toxicity in the water, affecting everyone from sea turtles to fish to the tourists that swim in the waters every year. Being that Hawaii is a chain of islands, the only place for pollutants to drain is in the water around the islands, making it difficult and expensive to keep the waters clean. This experiment represents runoff in the environment. The soap represents the pollutants, the water at the bottom represents the ocean, and the water being poured out of the bucket represents rainfall over time, and the rocks represent the slope that the runoff flows off into the ocean. As you can see, the soap flows into the water, dissolving and bubbling and contaminating the water. We also tried this experiment with dirt as the pollutants and found the same results. The water turns murky and contaminated, resulting in the increase of the toxicity of the water.
Now we are going to discuss runoff effects on animals. Pollution can have serious impacts on both sea turtles and the food they eat. An estimated 36% of all marine pollution comes from drains and rivers from the cities, especially pineapple farms. Fertilizers from the farms are another huge marine pollutant. Because the ocean is so large, many assume that pollutants will be diluted and dispersed to safe levels, but in reality, they create havoc on the ocean's natural balance. Plankton absorb these chemicals as they feed. The chemicals then accumulate in these animals' bodies, which makes the toxins much more concentrated than in the surrounding water. These small animals are then consumed by large animals, like sea turtles, which continues to increase concentration levels of chemicals and pollutants. Each year, thousands of hatchling turtles emerge from their nests. Sadly, an estimated 1 in 1,000 to 10,000 will survive to adulthood. Today, all sea turtles found in Hawaii are listed as endangered due to human interaction into their environment.
Now, we are going to talk about the effects of runoff on humans. The population of Hawaii is affected by runoff pollution because when there is heavy rain, there is more runoff causing algal blooms in the ocean, and the fish are polluted. Algal bloom is the rapid growth of microscopic algae or cyanobacteria in water. People are affected by algal blooms because if someone swims in polluted water, they can become ill from the bacteria in the water. The fish in the ocean are polluted by the runoff, which contains bacteria that contaminate the fish. People are also affected by the fish because the fish could die from the polluted water, which can cause shortages of fish in Hawaii and can also make people ill from eating the fish.
In 1974, passage of Act 249 represented Hawaii's initial attempt to address non-point source pollution problems by instructing each of the counties to develop an ordinance requiring granting permits for erosion control in urban areas. In response to the Clean Water Act requirements, each of Hawaii's counties, with assistance from Department of Health, developed the Clean Water Act Section 208, Water Quality Management Plans. The plans were initially approved by the EPA in 1979 and the 1980s, and updated in 1993 to include descriptions of federal, state, and county roles in managing water pollution.
Debates on why the issue of runoff pollution is a huge epidemic are often one-sided. Hawaii is mostly supported by tourism and farming, both of which require clean water and runoff control. It is viewed mostly as an important issue for the farmers and residents that live there, because the ocean is a key part of everyday life. Concluding, most people agree that the rapid decrease in water quality results in the loss of health for both marine organisms and humans, making laws like Clean Water Acts being passed.